Kijk hoor, is die aan het opnemen? Ja.
Continuing from our infrastructure with Fossil now. I have gotten Fossil to work. It's been ported to Syllable Desktop, but only the current development build. There have been, after Syllable 066, there have been fixes in file locking to get SQLite to work again. And Fossil is based on SQLite, so Fossil needs the fix in Syllable 067, the current development build. And also, in the development build, Christian has implemented shared memory. And shared memory is used by the newest versions of SQLite for a write-ahead logging mode. And as far as I could find, Fossil really wants to use that. So there are probably two features in the Syllable development build that are necessary for Fossil. So you can't run Fossil on Syllable 066, but it has been ported to Syllable 067. And I've just installed SQLite and Fossil. So you can now run Fossil here on Syllable Desktop 067, the development build. This is the command set. It's quite extensive. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. I have in here my repositories for my bindings. So it should be possible to, if I go to my curl binding, which is checked in, there is a special Fossil file in here.
Kai, this is possibly not very visible on the video. Does that matter? I mean the letters.
Ja, nou ja, goed, het moet maar.
Can you switch to a larger font or not?
No, we don't have time to adjust the video, so I'll have to do it like this. Yeah, the resolution is a bit too high maybe for this, the wall screen, but there's a Fossil file here which is actually an SQLite database, and that means that this is a Fossil repository. And now I can do things like ask for a difference with what's checked in, and this repository is up to date. Or actually, oh yeah, I have to register it first, because I copied these repositories from my work system. So I have to link them to Fossil repositories first before I can use Fossil commands like this. So I can't really show the network connection now, and we haven't done a lot of testing yet, but it basically works on Syllable Desktop, so that's really nice. I should quickly show the 3D, which is very nice. This is our website, yeah. If we go to our downloads, I've published in our downloads the 3D work of late in the resource packages, because they're third-party ports. And Misa should be there, but you can't show the pictures that you create with it unless you do your own programming. See, here's the, oh, here are the old Misa versions. So I've got the old version 601 and 621 to work now, which actually have a small Syllable driver. So there is one test picture in there that you can actually show in Syllable. But I've ported the latest 7.10.03. There's a newer 7.11 already, but I ported this when it was the newest a few months ago. But that does not have the Syllable backend driver, so you can use it to draw pictures off screen, but you can't easily show them. So the one that is really functional now is this PicoGL thing. So if I download that, see if we have it. Back to the home directory. There's the PicoGL thing. Unpack it in the resources directory. Then register it with the package manager that is written in Orca and that I plan to port to red. Now the package is registered, and now, what were they called? Resources, let's look into it. Oh, it may not be registered in the right way on this system. Let's see if this comes, yeah, it comes through. Well, there you have it. The GL gears in Syllable.
Okay.
But if you wouldn't have 3D, this wouldn't be possible.
This is not really 3D. I mean, this is software 3D.
Yeah.
This is not hardware accelerated. And this is a 13 years old laptop.
Yeah.
So this is how 3D runs without hardware acceleration on a 13 years old laptop.
Okay.
So it's not fast, but it's really not bad either.
But, I mean, but what makes it to me, it's just a movie. What makes it 3D?
It's not a movie. A movie is pre-recorded. That's why you just bought 32 gigabytes just to record 3 or 4 hours of conference. So you have to have all that data pre-recorded on your storage medium. This is just a small program.
It's about the generation of 3 of those wheels and the computer understanding how they interact with each other in a virtual 3D
Here are
environment.
the programs. This Gears program is 10 kilobytes.
Okay.
The Cube program is 20, no, it's bigger, it's 200 kilobytes because it has a texture, it has a picture in it. But the actual drawing of 3D pictures is very small. It uses the external library, but the program that really draws this is just 6.5 kilobyte for these two, or 10 for these gears, or 26 kilobyte for a robot. That's very nice. This is also a standard 3D demo. They're ported from other systems, so these demos are well known from other systems. Now it's becoming slow because we have two running at the same time now, see? And the robot thing is heavy on the processor.
Because it has multiple parts which has to be calculated.
Yeah, it has many parts and shading on everything.
And it's also because it is software 3D.
This is software, that's terribly slow. It could be much faster even on this old laptop if you had a hardware driver. But then you need the entire...
This is all done by the central processing unit.
Yeah. See, in most of these demos you can steer around. This is
this is very impressive for open source systems.
For Syllable.
Okay, but for Linux?
This is standard on Linux, but this is very hard to do on alternative systems such as Syllable and Aros, and Haiku has made progress on this, but until a few years ago it was also it wasn't even at this level. But Haiku is making progress with the Mesa drivers, but it's all very difficult. It's very hard to do. This is one of the things that's very hard in an operating system because the vendors are making it hard to implement it, plus it's complex technology.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can switch the surfaces.
You can switch to the wireframe level.
This is cool.
It's cool.
So the Mac is quite slow, especially if you run a few of them together.
Oh, the Mac, this movie is called The Mac.
Yeah, it's like Mac Warrior.
Yeah.
It's a mechanic robot.
So it's like Mac Worry?
The Mac Warrior and the Thunderbirds and
okay.
stuff like that. Now this is a cube with a texture, that's why the executable is much bigger, because the picture is in there.
This is from Game Park 32.
Yeah, it's from a game console.
Yeah.
And they contributed the picture, the texture for this demo, so it's still in there. So we should really take some Syllable logo and put it in there, but then the texture has to be exactly the same, so I didn't do that. But this is a 2D picture that you are projecting on a 3D cube.
The funny thing is that if I look at it now, it feels like it comes off the...
Yeah, because
it feels like it is moving in front of the projector screen.
That's the point of 3D.
Yeah.
And actually, you need to split it in red and green, and then wear those funny glasses. Now the spin is very simple. This is a very simple thing to draw, so this is very fast. This is just a wireframe rectangular cube.
But without software 3D, this wouldn't be possible to generate.
Yeah, but the way you have to draw it is software 3D. You're drawing a three-dimensional model.
Mm-hmm.
So the definition of 3D is that you are drawing a three-dimensional model.
Yeah.
So if you are drawing something that appears 3D, you're doing software 3D rendering. And of course it's implemented with 2D, because it's drawn on a 2D screen. So you still have to draw lines and such, but you have to transform them so that they look 3D. And then the last one, this is another texture example, but with a small texture. And if you were to run a lot of stuff together, oh, I didn't background it. No, it doesn't like that. No. If I run them all together, they become very slow.
Are they visible running together in the switch screen?
Switch. They should, because it's 2D software rendering, so the switcher doesn't know. But on the other hand, it isn't showing it either.
Yeah.
So maybe it has trouble showing an SDL window, or what could be possible is that it notices that it's too fast, because if you look at the CPU meter, it's running at full CPU, it's running at 100% CPU, because the demos are running as fast as they can. Mm-hmm. So they're using all the CPU, and that means that the